Trapped in the school, full story. One part asterisk the town of Ashmore didn't exist on most maps anymore. Asterisk tucked deep in the forested spine of Oregon. It was a place people passed through, not stayed in. Fog hovered endlessly. Pine trees groaned. Even when there was no wind, the locals spoke in half sentences. But the one thing they all agreed on, and they said it with the same hollow look in their eyes, was this: asterisk never go near Hillside High School after dark. Asterisk no one ever said why. Asterisk no one had to. Asterisk the building spoke for itself. Asterisk it was October 30th when Ray and Mara, a 17-year-old Indian American boy, first heard that warning. He had just moved to Ashmore with his mother, a hard-working trauma nurse. His father had died 2 years ago, a heart attack no one saw coming. The grief had followed them like a ghost from San Jose to Oregon, and now they were trying to outrun it again. Asterisk but some ghosts, asterisk they don't care how far you run. Asterisk Ryan wasn't exactly popular in school. Being the new kid had its own brand of loneliness, but he had managed to get the attention of 3 seniors, Tyler, Jess, and Corey, who hung out behind the bleachers, smoked weed, and laughed like they owned the place. Asterisk Tyler grinned. One Friday afternoon. Asterisk wanna prove you're not a soft city boy, he said. Asterisk Ryan nodded, a little too quickly. Asterisk spend 1 hour in Hillside. That's all, midnight to 1 a.m. Easy. Asterisk he agreed. Asterisk he didn't know why. Asterisk maybe because he wanted to feel something again. Maybe because his heart had been numb for so long. Even fear sounded like a welcome change. Asterisk at 11:50 p.m. on Halloween night, Ryan stood alone at the rusted front gate of the abandoned Hillside High. The wind had died completely, and the silence was unnatural, as if the whole world was holding its breath. Asterisk the building loomed ahead like a corpse that refused to rot. Asterisk bricks crumbled from the sides. Vines choked the windows. The glass above the entrance still read, asterisk Hillside High knowledge is freedom. Asterisk but most of the letters had fallen off. Now it just read, asterisk ID no edges free. Asterisk he laughed nervously. Great, even the signs. Creepy. Asterisk with a deep breath, he pushed open the heavy metal door. It groaned like something waking from a long, bitter sleep. Asterisk the flashlight Tyler gave him flickered almost immediately. Asterisk still. He pressed on. Asterisk hallways stretched in both directions like black rivers. Lockers were open, their insides filled with torn notebooks, decayed sneakers, and yellowed Polaroids of students no one remembered anymore. Asterisk but the worst part wasn't what he could see. Asterisk it was what he could feel. Asterisk the moment Ryan stepped inside, the temperature dropped. Not like regular cold. It felt personal, like invisible fingers tracing his spine. Asterisk he checked his phone. Asterisk 12:03 a.m. Asterisk 57 minutes left. He whispered. Asterisk somewhere down the hall. A locker slammed shut, hard. Asterisk Ryan froze. Just rats, he muttered. Or wind, or both. Asterisk but even he didn't believe that. Asterisk he wandered deeper, trying to distract himself. On the walls were faded posters. Asterisk prom night 2005. You'll never forget IT. Asterisk bullying kills. Be kind. Asterisk welcome back. Students. Asterisk dust danced in the beam of his dying flashlight. Then he saw a classroom door slowly creak open on its own. Asterisk he approached. Asterisk hello. He called out, voice cracking. Asterisk no answer. Asterisk he pushed the door and stepped in. Desks were overturned. Windows shattered. A chalkboard stood crookedly on one hinge, and on it, written in red, asterisk she never left. Asterisk that's when he saw her. Asterisk a girl. 16, maybe 17, dressed in an old Hillside High uniform. Braided hair, pale skin, and eyes that looked at you like they remembered everything. Asterisk you're not supposed to be here, she whispered. Asterisk Ryan stumbled back. Who are you? Asterisk, but she didn't answer. Asterisk she turned and walked through the wall. Asterisk his heart pounded like a war drum. Asterisk okay, you're hallucinating. Probably mold in the air. Bad light, brain tricks. Asterisk but even as he said it, he knew better. Asterisk he ran. Asterisk not towards the exit, because the exit didn't exist anymore. Asterisk when he reached the main hall again. The front door was gone. Asterisk where it had stood was now a blank brick wall. Asterisk his flashlight blinked twice and died. The darkness swallowed him. Asterisk and from somewhere behind him came a child's laugh. Asterisk he turned and ran blindly, eventually stumbling into the old principal's office. Asterisk papers were scattered everywhere. The filing cabinet was tipped over. On the desk was a thick, red-bound journal labeled Asterisk Incident Reports, 2005. Asterisk he opened it with trembling fingers. Asterisk most pages were smudged or torn, but one entry stood out. Asterisk October 31st, 2005. Asterisk student Emily Rose. Asterisk status missing. Asterisk last seen after detention in room 14. B. Asterisk unconfirmed reports of screaming heard by janitor. Asterisk police report filed. No body recovered. Asterisk staff note, room sealed indefinitely. Asterisk beneath. The entry was a grainy photo. Asterisk the girl from earlier. Asterisk Emily. Asterisk suddenly. The journal was snatched from his hands. Asterisk he spun. Asterisk Emily stood there again, closer now. Asterisk you're here, because he needs someone new, she said. Asterisk who needs someone? Asterisk but before she could answer, a heavy bootstep echoed from the hallway. Asterisk and another. Asterisk and another. Asterisk the janitor had arrived. Asterisk he was huge, dressed in the standard blue work uniform, but his skin looked stitched together, like old leather. One eye was glass, the other burned red. Asterisk he dragged a mop behind him, the end of it rusted and bloodstained. Asterisk you shouldn't have come here, he growled, voice hollow and wet. Asterisk Rayan backed away slowly. Asterisk what do you want from me? Asterisk the janitor raised the mop. You're the offering. Asterisk he lunged. Asterisk Rayan ran, out the back, through a stairwell, up to the second floor, into what used to be the science lab. Asterisk he barricaded the door. Asterisk on the blackboard behind him, written in dark chalk. Asterisk you can't leave until someone takes your place. Asterisk he collapsed, shaking. Asterisk everything made sense now. Asterisk the school was cursed, not haunted. A looping nightmare, a trap that demanded one soul every year. Asterisk and now it wanted him. Asterisk Emily reappeared beside the broken sink. Asterisk you can give someone else, she said softly. Someone innocent, someone who won't be missed. Then you go free. Asterisk Rayan stared at her. And you stayed because, asterisk I brought someone, she said, her eyes welling with tears. My sister. I brought her, and I got to leave, but I never really did. Asterisk she looked down. Now I'm stuck here too. Asterisk time ticked away. Asterisk 1:04 a.m. Asterisk somehow. He had made it past midnight, but it meant nothing. Asterisk the door refused to open. The school wouldn't let him go. Asterisk you have one choice, Emily whispered. Choose someone, or stay, forever. Asterisk Rayan thought of his mom, alone, still grieving, working night shifts to keep them alive. Asterisk he thought of the kids at school who bullied him, of Tyler, who brought him here like a joke. Asterisk he thought of himself. Asterisk and then he made his choice. Asterisk he stood in the hallway again. Asterisk the janitor was waiting. Asterisk Rayan looked him in the eye. You want someone else? Asterisk the janitor didn't speak, but the mop lowered. Asterisk I'll bring him. Rayan said. Next year. Just give me one chance. Asterisk the hallway shifted. Lights flickered back. The exit door returned. Asterisk the curse had accepted. The deal. Asterisk he walked out into the freezing wind. Asterisk the building behind him looked normal again, broken, empty, forgotten. Asterisk but he wasn't the same anymore. The arrival. Asterisk when Arian stepped off the plane in Virginia, USA, everything felt new, sharper, quieter, distant. He had come from India as part of a year-long student exchange program. Greystone High was known for its sprawling campus, Gothic architecture, and stellar academic reputation. But what nobody told him was that it was also the home of a secret. No one dared to speak aloud. Asterisk the taxi driver who dropped him at the school gates refused to go in. Bad place, he muttered under his breath, his southern accent thick. Don't stay after dark, son. Arian, a logical science student, chuckled nervously. Ghosts, huh? The driver didn't laugh. Greystone High stood tall like a haunted cathedral, gray walls stained with age, windows so dark they looked blind, and vines growing like veins. Across the bricks, it was the kind of place where the silence echoed. The first week everything seemed normal at first. Arian was assigned a dormitory at the farthest end of the campus dorm C. It was mostly empty except for 2 other students, Caleb, an overconfident local with shaggy blonde hair, and Noah, a quiet boy with deep eyes and a nervous twitch. Neither of them talked much about the school. Classes were intense, but manageable. Arian made notes, adjusted to the food, and even began making friends. Still, something didn't feel right. At night, he'd hear footsteps in the hallway, slow, dragging, uneven. He assumed it was the creaking old building or perhaps a teacher doing rounds until he saw the girl. She stood in the hallway one night at exactly to 17 a.m. Her back was to him, hair dripping as if wet, her school uniform tattered and blackened. Her head slowly turned, not completely, just enough for him to see half her face. Her mouth moved. But there was no sound. Then she vanished. Arian locked his door and didn't sleep the rest of the night. The history project in history class, Mrs. Bennett assigned a group project about the school's origin. Arian was paired with Caleb and Noah. Greystone used to be a psychiatric hospital. Caleb said casually, "My grandfather told me they converted it into a school in the late 60s. Noah looked uneasy. "That's not the full story." Arian leaned in. "What do you mean?" Noah swallowed hard. "Back then, it was called Greystone Asylum for Troubled Girls. They say a fire broke out in 1958 and killed 37 girls locked in the lower levels. Some say it wasn't an accident. They say the fire was started deliberately." Why? Arian asked. Noah hesitated. "Because one of them wasn't human." The others laughed, but Arian didn't. That night, he heard weeping in the hallway, and again. The clock read to 17 a.m. The basement curiosity pushed Arian too far. One evening, he followed the sound of the footsteps down the staircase past the library, through an old wooden door marked "Restricted Staff Only." Behind it lay a spiral staircase caked in dust. He descended. The air grew colder with every step. The walls were covered in scratch marks. He reached the bottom, a long corridor with decaying metal doors on each side. It smelled like mold and rot. Then he saw one of the doors slightly ajar. He pushed it. Inside was a small room with a broken bed, rusted shackles, and a name scratched into the wall, Emily Hawthorne. Suddenly, the door behind him slammed shut. He turned and screamed. There she was, the girl, Emily. Her eyes were pitch black, her skin charred. She reached out, and her mouth opened, not in a scream, but in a whisper. Find me, or stay forever. The lights flickered. Arian kicked the door until it opened and bolted upstairs. The warnings. Back in his dorm, Arian tried to tell Caleb and Noah. Caleb dismissed him. "Man, you just had a nightmare. Don't go wandering into the old parts of the school." But Noah was pale. "You saw her?" Arian nodded. "She said to find her." Noah looked around before whispering, "There's a file in the old records room, East Wing. We need to go now." They snuck in after midnight. The records room was filled with dust-covered cabinets. They searched for over an hour before Noah found it. Patient E. Hawthorne -1957. Her file revealed a disturbing truth. Emily had shown signs of hallucinations, aggression, and telepathy. The nurses believed she could communicate with things not of this world. One note read, patient spoke of a voice in the walls, claiming it wanted to be free, warned that if she died here, she'd never leave. Arian felt cold. She's still here. The possession. Over the next week, things escalated. Students began falling sick. Teachers reported hearing whispers during lectures. One student tried jumping from the roof but was stopped in time. Aryan noticed Noah behaving strangely, his voice lower, eyes darker. One night, Aryan caught him whispering in the mirror. Free her. Blood for blood. Fire for fire. Noah lunged at Aryan with a piece of broken glass. Aryan barely escaped, locking him inside the room and calling for help. When staff arrived, Noah was unconscious. But on the mirror was written, you failed her. The truth uncovered. Aryan knew there was more. Digging deeper, he found an old janitor named Mr. Griggs who had worked there during the transition from asylum to school. The man, now in his 80s, lived in a nearby retirement home. Mr. Griggs confessed everything. They thought she was mad, but she was possessed, not by a ghost, by something older than hell. Emily was the host, and when she died in the fire, it got trapped inside these walls. Why does it want me? Aryan asked. Griggs looked at him long. Because you're new. You still believe in logic. The ones who doubt are the easiest to fool. The final night. Aryan returned to the school, determined to finish it. He snuck back into the basement with a crucifix, salt, and a lighter. The room where he first saw Emily now had a circle drawn in blood. She appeared again. Why are you here? She asked. To end this. He said. You can't. I can try. He lit the salt and chanted from a page he copied from Emily's file. The flames roared. Emily screamed. The walls cracked. Suddenly, silence. A blinding flash, and then darkness. The morning after. Aryan woke up in the infirmary. The school had been evacuated due to an unexplained explosion in the East Wing. No one could explain what happened. Noah was gone. So was Caleb. But Emily's room in the basement. It no longer existed. Title: Whispers in the Woods. Aryan had never heard silence like the kind that surrounded Red Pine Forest. It wasn't peaceful, it was the kind that waited, watched, and devoured time. The kind you didn't notice until your heartbeat began to sound too loud and your breath came out like an intruder's whisper. And that's exactly what Aryan felt when his hiking boots sank into the damp, moss-covered soil of Virginia's most remote and ominous woodland. A place infamous not for its natural beauty, but for its chilling legends, and the dozens of people who had walked in but never walked out. The trip had started as a dare, just one weekend alone in Red Pine, to prove to his American classmates that he wasn't some timid exchange student from India. But what Aryan didn't realize as he zipped up his tent that first night near a crooked stream was that this forest didn't care about proof, pride, or people. It only cared about keeping what wandered into its belly. The night came down like ink, darker than he thought possible, with a canopy so thick not even the moon could claw its way through. And as Aryan tried to sleep, he kept hearing subtle noises like breath just outside the tent, or twigs cracking, not from animals, but footfalls, slow and deliberate. He chalked it up to nerves and wrapped the sleeping bag tighter, but his ears stayed alert, registering a low hum that never quite stopped, almost like a song carried by the wind, eerie and broken. By morning, he found faint muddy prints near the entrance of his tent, too small for a bear, too wide for a human, and smeared across the canvas was a handprint that looked like it had been drawn in ash and sap, with 4 fingers and an extended, claw-like thumb. He stood frozen, trying to rationalize what animal could have done that. But something in his gut knew this wasn't from anything natural. He pushed deeper into the forest, map in hand, trying to find the trail his GPS claimed was only a mile away. But every path seemed to loop back, and every tree started to look the same, as if the forest was shifting around him, reordering itself just to keep him disoriented. By noon, he realized he hadn't heard a single bird or seen a single squirrel. Lonely silence, broken occasionally by the distant rustle of leaves even when there was no wind. That's when he saw the first one, a figure, pale and naked, hunched by the base of a tree. Its spine arched unnaturally as if it had never stood upright, and when it turned, Aryan's breath caught in his throat. The eyes were pitch black, Bulging, the mouth stretched wide open in a scream that made no sound. And it vanished the moment Aryan blinked. Running was instinctual. He didn't stop to think. Just turned and ran, branches slapping his face, thorns ripping at his pants. And behind him he could hear something keeping pace, not loudly, but precisely. As though matching his every move with inhuman grace, he tripped and fell into a shallow ravine, hitting his head. And when he came to, it was dusk, and the forest had gone from eerie to menacing, with shadows that didn't match any logical light source and a smell that rose from the earth, sweet, metallic, like rust and rotting leaves. He knew he needed to find shelter before nightfall, so he stumbled toward what looked like an old ranger station, half swallowed by vines and decay, with broken windows and a door that creaked open too easily, revealing darkness and moldy air that clung to his throat. Inside, everything was frozen in time, rusted cans, torn maps, a dusty cot, and on the wall, scratched in what looked like fingernails, where the words "it only comes when you're alone." Aryan read it twice, heart pounding, as something scraped the floor above him like nails dragging across wood. He backed into a corner, flashlight flickering, and as he aimed it up the staircase, he saw a shadow move not away from the light, but toward it, crawling on all fours, impossibly fast, its limbs bending the wrong way, and Aryan bolted out into the woods again, not caring about the pain in his ankle or the blood from his scraped arms. The forest was alive now, not metaphorically, but breathing, pulsing, the trees whispering in a language that sounded like weeping children. And every time Aryan looked behind, he caught glimpses of movement, faces in the bark, limbs in the branches, eyes blinking from between the leaves. He tried calling 911, but his phone only played back his own voice in a delayed, distorted echo, as if someone or something was mimicking him from the other end. That night, he didn't sleep. He found a hollow between two boulders, wrapped himself in the tent material, and held a broken stick like a weapon. But the jungle didn't need to touch him to torture him. It sang, it whispered his name, it made him see flashes of home, his mother crying in a hallway, a body hanging from a tree, a child with no face tugging at his sleeve. By morning, he was different, not just exhausted, but altered, as if the forest had crawled inside him during the night and left something behind. A fog in his thoughts and an itch in his spine. He began walking again, slower now, not because of injury, but because he felt watched, hand not from the outside, but from within, as if something inside his chest wasn't part of him anymore. He stumbled upon a circle of stones in a clearing, and in the center stood a totem, wooden, grotesque, shaped like a human spine twisted into a spiral, with teeth embedded in the grooves. Around it were dozens of backpacks, boots, shattered phones, and Aryan knew this was where they ended up, the missing ones. The ones who walked into Red Pine and became part of its silence. Suddenly, the sky turned dark, not like a cloud passed overhead, but as if the forest decided to swallow the sun. And out from the trees came the pale ones, their mouths agape, arms too long, fingers twitching, their bodies pulsing like sacks of fluid and bone. Aryan didn't run this time. He was too tired, too broken, so he just stood there, whispering a prayer he barely remembered. And the pale ones stopped inches from him, tilting their heads like curious animals, and then, without warning, they screamed, not in sound, but in a frequency that pierced his thoughts, filled his skull, made him drop to his knees, clutching his ears as blood poured from his nose. When he woke up again, he was lying outside the forest, on the side of a rural highway, clothes torn, body bruised, but alive. Authorities found him the next morning, dehydrated, incoherent, mumbling about shadows and silence and black eyes. He was taken to a hospital, evaluated, and released to his host family, who told him he'd only been missing for one night. But Aryan knew the truth. He had been in Red Pine for days, maybe longer, and something came out of that jungle with him. Back in the suburbs of Virginia, he tried to return to normal life, but mirrors no longer showed his full reflection. Dogs growled when he passed, and every night, just as he drifted into sleep, he heard it, the hum, the whispering lullaby of Red Pine, calling him back, reminding him he wasn't free, not really, and that one day when no one's looking, he'll walk back into the trees and never return. Because the forest never forgets its own. The path narrowed, and the trees pressed in closer. Zane's flashlight flickered again, this time not from low battery, but as if something unseen passed through the beam. The air was no longer just still, it felt expectant, like the forest was watching him now. Behind him, the others followed in quiet dread, their breathing louder than their footsteps. The branches above tangled into black veins across the sky, letting in only slivers of silver moonlight. Where's the damn trail marker? Whispered Keisha, her voice cracking. Zayn paused. It should be here. But the moss-covered rock they passed minutes ago now appeared again. They were circling. They had entered Hollowroot, the unmarked part of Forest Edge Reserva, part even the rangers never ventured into. Legend said the ground beneath Hollowroot was cursed, fed by blood and sorrow, and the trees there were older than time, whispering to each other in languages no humans spoke. Suddenly, a child's laugh rang out. Not a happy laugh. It was hollow, mocking, like it didn't come from lungs at all. Did anyone hear that? Jason turned pale. His hand went instinctively to his pocket knife. Zayn nodded slowly. Yeah, sounded like a kid. In the middle of nowhere. More laughter closer now. Keisha turned around, shining her light into the thick brush. No, this can't be. That's when they saw her. A little girl in a pale blue dress, standing barefoot among the roots, her head tilted unnaturally to the side, hair hanging in clumps over her face. She raised a single finger to her lips. SSSHHH, and vanished. Keisha screamed. Zayn grabbed her hand. Run. But they didn't know where to run. Every direction led deeper. Every tree looked the same. Even the stars above seemed to shift, refusing to help. We have to find the cabin, Jason shouted. There's an old ranger post, they say it's abandoned, but it might have radio. So they ran. Twigs snapped beneath their boots. Cold branches clawed at their arms. Behind them, that same child's voice sang softly. 1. She's coming for you. The cabin appeared like a scar in the woods, rotting, half buried in vines. With a broken porch light still flickering, they pushed inside. Dust swirled. Dead leaves covered the floor. The smell of mold, wet wood, and something fouler, something like rotting meat hung in the air. Jason found the radio, but it was dead. There's no power. SHH. Zayn interrupted. Thump, thump. Something was walking on the roof. Scrape, scrape. They looked up, all lights aiming toward the wooden ceiling as dust drifted down like dandruff from the weight above. Then silence. No movement, not even wind. Keisha began to cry. I don't want to die here. I don't want to. From the corner, a voice whispered back, perfectly mimicking hers. I don't want to die here. They turned, but no one was there. Suddenly, the walls of the cabin groaned and moved inward, like the building itself was breathing. Zayn felt his chest tighten, not from fear, but from pressure, like something was sitting on his ribs. Jason dropped the flashlight. It rolled to the corner and stopped at something soft. A mummified hand. He screamed. But the moment his voice echoed, something burst from the ceiling. A woman twisted and burned. Hair like ash, with eyes missing from their sockets, scrawled down the wall upside down, her movements jerky, insect-like. She wore the remains of a park ranger's uniform, but her badge was etched with blood. Get out. She hissed. This place feeds on voices, and you've fed it well. The door slammed shut, windows fogged with blood. Keisha collapsed, murmuring prayers. Jason stabbed wildly, but the knife passed through her like air. Zayn grabbed the flashlight and threw it at the boarded window. A crack, then another. He kicked until light poured in. But outside wasn't the jungle anymore. It was an endless hallway of black trees, bending toward them like arms. The ghost smiled. You never left. You entered, and it claimed you. Zayn's vision blurred. His ears rang. Then silence. Hours later, A search party arrived at the real edge of Forest Edge Reserve. Asterisk, they never found the cabin. Asterisk, but they found a phone. Lying at the base of a pine. It was cracked, covered in dirt, but it still had a recording open. Asterisk, a voice whispered on loop. Asterisk, please help. We're not alone. We're not alone. We're not alone. Asterisk, and in the background, a child laughed. Continuing. From where we left off, asterisk, the forest had swallowed them. But one thing about darkness, it never stays hidden for long. Asterisk, to days past. Asterisk, then 3. Asterisk, a local hiker named Andrew Walsh, 42, found a shredded piece of denim tangled on a tree branch near Hollowroot Ridge. Beneath it, the soil was disturbed as if something had crawled out, not in. Asterisk, authorities arrived, but none of them dared step beyond a certain tree, the one known to locals as the Screaming Pine. Its bark was charred black, and no birds ever perched there. GPS signals failed. As soon as you passed it, radios emitted static. Time didn't feel right on the other side. Asterisk, they sent drones to wet in. Asterisk, only one came back. Asterisk, the footage, asterisk, unusable. Asterisk, just static. And one frame, just one that showed a face. Not a human one. Asterisk, something with hollow eyes and bark-like skin, grinning into the lens. Asterisk, the footage was sealed. Officials claimed technical glitch, but a junior deputy, Mike, kept a copy on his phone. And a week later, he vanished, last seen driving toward the ridge, muttering about setting her free. Asterisk, meanwhile, in town, Zane's mother received a voicemail. Asterisk, she hadn't heard from him in a week. She assumed he was still camping. Asterisk, but this message. Asterisk, there was static at first, then silence. Asterisk, then a voice, raspy, barely audible, Zane's voice. Asterisk, Mom, if you get this, don't come looking. It watches, it copies. Don't trust my voice, even if it sounds like me. Double quotes. Asterisk, click. Asterisk, the phone melted down minutes later. The battery exploded. Asterisk, an investigation was launched. Asterisk, none of the agents came back with answers. Back in the woods, asterisk, Zane opened his eyes, dirt in his mouth, blood crusted on his cheek. Asterisk, he wasn't in the cabin anymore. Asterisk, he was lying in a pit, an earthen hollow, surrounded by bones. Dozens, some human, some animal, all clean, white, and picked bare. Asterisk, he sat up slowly. Asterisk, Keisha was next to him, unconscious, breathing shallow. Asterisk, Jason was gone. Asterisk, but above, something moved. Asterisk, a shadow, on all fours, watching. Asterisk, it mimicked Jason's face now, but the eyes were too wide, the smile too stiff. Asterisk, Zayn knew then. Asterisk, the forest didn't kill you. It replaced you. Asterisk, the thing crawled down into the pit, bending backward unnaturally, its joints cracking like breaking branches. Asterisk, Zane grabbed a bone shard and stabbed it straight into the thing's eye. Asterisk, it screeched, but not in pain. In mockery. Asterisk, as if amused. Asterisk, he grabbed Keisha, pulled her up, and ran, no direction, just forward. Asterisk, he didn't care where he went, as long as it was away from that thing. Asterisk, and the forest shifted. Asterisk, trees closed, paths vanished. Asterisk, but he kept running. Asterisk, hours, maybe days, until finally asterisk, a clearing. Asterisk, a stone circle, 7 moss-covered pillars, and in the center, a tree. But not just any tree. Asterisk, it was bleeding. Asterisk, from a deep split in its bark. Thick black sap oozed like tar. Beneath it, bones arranged in a spiral. A wooden sign sat crooked at the edge. Asterisk, you're the roots now. Asterisk, Keisha dropped to her knees. This isn't real. This isn't real. Asterisk, Zane touched the tree. The moment his hand made contact, a vision hit him like lightning. Asterisk, children running, screaming. Asterisk, fire. A ritual, chanting in a dead language. Asterisk, a woman burning at the base of this very tree, her screams echoing through generations. Asterisk, she cursed the forest with her dying breath. Asterisk, let none leave untouched. Asterisk, when he blinked, he was alone again. Asterisk, no Keisha. Asterisk, no sound. Asterisk, just whispers in the leaves. Asterisk, 1, 2. She's inside you. Asterisk. Asterisk, weeks passed. Asterisk, Zane walked out of the woods alone. Asterisk, clothes torn, eyes hollow. He collapsed near a gas station. muttering fragments of memories, names, warnings, riddles. Asterisk, they put him in psychiatric observation. Asterisk, but sometimes, at night, when the nurses check the cameras, they see two Zanes in the room. One sleeping. Asterisk, the other standing over the bed. Asterisk, smiling. Asterisk. Asterisk, locals avoid Hollowroot now. It's not just a forest. Asterisk, it's a mirror. Asterisk, it reflects what you fear, what you've done, what you could become. Asterisk, and every year, a hiker goes missing. Asterisk, sometimes they return. Asterisk, but their families always say the same thing. Asterisk, that's not him. Zane had been under psychiatric observation for 11 days. Asterisk, he hadn't spoken a word since he was brought in until the 12th night. Asterisk, the nurse on duty, Clara Mendez, heard whispers through the intercom. Asterisk, but there was no one at his bedside. Asterisk, when she checked the cameras, the feed glitch then showed Zane sitting up and smiling into the lens. His lips moved, but there was no sound. Asterisk, until it came through her own phone. Lying on the nurse's station desk. Asterisk, let me back in. Asterisk, she dropped her phone. When she looked up, the hallway lights began to flicker. Asterisk, room 103. Zane's room was open. Asterisk, but he was still inside. Still strapped to the bed. Asterisk, at least that's what the restraints showed. Asterisk, but the real Zane was already walking through the hospital's main exit. Eyes glazed, barefoot, leaving behind muddy footprints. Asterisk, a janitor saw him pass and said, "Hey, you can't be out here." Asterisk, Zane turned. Asterisk, his mouth opened far too wide. Asterisk, and he screamed a long, guttural, inhuman screech that shattered to nearby car windows. Asterisk, the janitor never spoke again. Asterisk, 2 weeks later. Asterisk, people started talking. Asterisk, first in whispers. Asterisk, then in podcasts. Asterisk, the Hollowroot doppelganger. Asterisk, a popular urban legend YouTuber named Ava Langley posted a full documentary breakdown. She interviewed the townsfolk, the police, even the janitor, though he only stared into space. Now mute and pale, with bandages over his ears, Asterisk, Ava declared it the most believable forest-based possession case in North America. Asterisk, until she went missing too. Asterisk, her last known location. Asterisk, drone footage shows her car parked near the edge of Hollowroot. Asterisk, and a shadow humanoid crawling across the road. Behind her. Asterisk, that video hit 5 million views before YouTube removed it. Asterisk, some say Hollowroot isn't haunted. It's hungry. Asterisk, and now it's reaching further. Asterisk, into dreams. Asterisk, into signals. Asterisk, into you. Asterisk, Zane's mother now lives in Arizona. Asterisk, she doesn't own a phone anymore. Asterisk, or a TV. Asterisk, or anything with a screen. Asterisk, because just once she turned on the news and saw her son in the background of a completely unrelated live broadcast, standing in a crowd in Chicago, staring directly at the camera. Asterisk, she hasn't slept since. Asterisk, people still hike near Hollowroot. Asterisk, and most make it out. Asterisk, but a few come back, changed. Asterisk, their eyes don't blink at the same rhythm. Asterisk, they forget birthdays, names, where they live. Asterisk, one woman tried to drown herself in the kitchen sink, screaming, "Get the forest out of my head." Asterisk, another man gouged out his own eyes. Asterisk, he said they kept seeing her, the woman burning under the tree. Asterisk, she doesn't die, she watches. Asterisk, she waits for one thing. Asterisk, a name. Asterisk, if you speak your name inside the forest, she can keep it. Asterisk, and once she has it, you're hers. Asterisk, forever. Asterisk, now. Here's the final scene. Asterisk, a school field trip. 10 students, a substitute teacher, a forest hike. Asterisk, the bus parks 2 miles from Hollowroot. Unknowingly. Asterisk, one of the students, a boy named Marcus, wanders from the group. Asterisk, he sees a cabin. Asterisk, old, rotten, but with lights on. Asterisk, he enters. Asterisk, inside, there's a mirror. Asterisk, it shows his reflection. Asterisk, but his reflection doesn't move when he does. Asterisk, instead, it smiles. Asterisk, and says in his exact voice, Asterisk, thanks for coming back.